Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? It's so easy with Anchor.
Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad. We struggled to find the right way to distribute our podcast, and Anchor made it quick, easy, and free. We're on platforms we had never heard of, and that's all thanks to Anchor doing the hard work.
So, if you have been thinking about starting your own podcast, head on over to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start.
Good morning. This is a podcast where we're going to talk about food today. Welcome back to an episode of Spilling the Mad Tea. It's morning for us, so good morning, even if you don't listen to it in the morning. This is Rachel, and I am joined with Katie, Stephanie, and Kelly.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi!
It's really early where Kelly is.
Oh,
It's always early where I am.
it really is. For me, I'm excited to start this episode because we got a listener email.
Woohoo!
Finally!
Guys, this is breaking news. This is the most exciting thing that's happened for Spilling the Mad Tea since we've started.
We need that, breaking the news,
So I was sitting at work one day last week, and I was looking through the email, and I was like, holy shit, we got an email. This email was sent to us by someone named Lainey. Not real sure where she's from. But anyway, this was just like a nice little pick-me-up during my week. Okay, it says, hey guys, just wanted to listen to the newest episode and decided I had to send Rachel a damn email.
You get us. You understand us.
Joking aside, wanted to quickly say that I've been loving the podcast. I'm a fellow DCP alum, fall 2014. She worked at Pirates of the Caribbean and lived at Vista Way, and came across our podcast while researching Disney College Program related content. Like you guys, I met two of my very best friends when we were program roommates, and
So
your
sweet.
fun banter, best friendship reminds me so much of the weirdly close bond that we Disney College Program alum roomies can share.
There's no
Now-
bond like DCP.
No.
It's weird, man.
Even if you're not roommates. Even now that we live across the country from one another. As a former podcaster myself, I know how hard it is to schedule and record on a regular basis. So I really appreciate how much effort you guys are putting into getting new content out each week. Keep up the good work. Can't wait to keep listening.
So sweet.
Thank you so
Yes.
much,
Thanks,
Lainey.
Lainey.
Thank you.
Officially our fave. We need to frame that and post it in all of our recording
Yeah.
spaces. Because
Like we're
that was
doing it
fun.
for you.
Yeah.
But really,
For you, Lainey.
but really.
No, but really, thank you so much. Because I think we have been struggling lately on all getting together and finding time to make this work. So I really appreciate your email, because it's we owe everything to the college program for bringing the four of us together. And we know it's done that for so many other friendships around the world, which is just crazy that fate brought us all together, or the mouse brought us all together. And so we know there's other little pockets like us out in the world. So it's really fun to do this podcast and find you guys.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, because with us trying to figure out, a lot
Yeah.
of things lately, that came at a perfect time with the perfect words.
Yeah.
So it was a really good pick-me-up.
Oh,
So thanks, Lainey.
So that's our little icebreaker for this episode. And for me, I think actually for the four of us, we love food. So here's another food episode. This is going to be specifically about restaurant reviews from our own personal opinions. I just wanted to kind of break it up park by park, so there will be other ones, in episodes to come. But we wanted to kind of showcase and highlight some of our favorite spots, quick service and table service, and these are going to be from the restaurants in the Magic Kingdom.
All right, so I'm going to kick off this little rodeo with Pick or Spill.
I see what you did there.
Sticking to your
I am. So Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. It is quite a long name. It is a quick service restaurant, my favorite quick service in the Magic Kingdom. It is in Frontierland, so it's got like that Southwest, Old West kind of feel in Frontierland. The food is $14.99 and under. And I think my favorite dish there is the plant-based Southwest cheeseburger topped with vegan jalapeno jack and vegan avocado aioli on a toasted bun. Wow,
So
that's a
good.
mouthful to say.
I was about to say that's a long name.
It's so good.
They're very descriptive.
Yeah. If you are going to go there to eat, I would say try that burger, even if you're not vegan. I mean, I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I would order that because it comes with toppings that you don't get on the regular hamburger, and the toppings are delicious. So that's my recommendation for there. The food is great. There's lots of options here, and you can kind of customize everything. So I think picky eaters should be okay there. You get lots of food for your money. I think I convinced my family to go there on our last trip because they're usually more of a Cosmic Rays kind of party over there because there's chicken nuggets, but they all went to Pecos with us, and I think everybody there got something. So it's really cool for picky eaters there. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know about those picky
Yeah,
eaters.
I really know about the picky eaters. It's the only Southwest/Mexican kind of food that you can get in Magic Kingdom that I'm aware of, and so that's kind of puts it away from the other restaurants there, because if you like that kind of food, you can only get it there. It's usually extremely busy around lunch, so either plan to eat there before or after lunchtime, or you can take advantage of the mobile ordering through the My Disney Experience app. I used that for the first time on my last trip, and it was pretty easy to use and very convenient to just go up there and pick up your food. If you do go during one of the extremely busy times, there's usually a seat available. There's tons of seating in this restaurant. If you don't get a seat in the actual Pecos Bill section, usually they open the Tortuga Tavern that's in Adventureland. They open up the seating area in there, and you can go sit up there even when the restaurant's not open. I think we did that on our last trip because Pecos was pretty busy.
I find the dining room in Pecos Bills like very overwhelming. It's kind of like dark, and I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like little stools. Like, so I find it like
Yeah.
very overwhelming, and it's like hard to see. There's no like seat backs to see because, right? Isn't it? It's like little like
Yeah.
boxes you sit on.
Mhm.
But you're right. There is usually a table to be found. It's just you have to do a little seeking for it.
Yeah.
And it's like a
It
maze.
is a
There's
maze.
like a maze
But
in
if you
there.
go, okay, so if you go down like the hallway, the main hallway in Pecos Bill seating area, if you could look on the left, if you walk down farther enough on the left, there's a ramp that goes up to the Tortuga Tavern seating. And that usually people don't really like see it or go up there. So there's usually seating available up there. So that's my little tip and trick about Pecos Bill seating. And you can also sit outside. There's a little patio area that you can sit outside at too if it's not
Good tip.
super hot. This is a really popular place to eat. Like I said earlier, it gets pretty busy. I think it's probably the biggest quick service location seating wise after Cosmic Rays. Cosmic Rays is the biggest. I go there pretty much every time for quick service, every time for lunch that we're in the Magic Kingdom. Like even if I'm in Tomorrowland, I'm probably going to walk across the park and go to Frontierland for Pecos Bill.
I feel you.
And some little fun facts about Pecos Bill. He's a character from Melody Time, which was a package movie from 1948. I really like this movie. I watch it frequently because it has a bunch of different stories. There's Once Upon a Winter Time, which the animation in that is very cute and very pretty. Bumble Boogie, Johnny Appleseed, Trees, Little Toot, which I feel like should be my nickname or something like that.
Oh, Kelly, you can't forget that.
But Little Toot is actually about a tugboat. Yeah. And then Blame It on the Samba are all little shorts in Melody Time. And if you can ever find that, I would suggest watching it just for the animation. I have it on VHS, of course, so I like to watch it.
Well, next time I come to your house, I will see it because I never even knew that
Yeah.
existed.
It's a cute little.
I personally did not know who Pecos Bill was.
Blame It on the Samba has Donald and Jose from the Three Caballeros.
Ooh.
Fun facts.
Nice.
Okay, I think that's all I got to say about Pecos Bill. It's pretty good. Oh, I forgot to mention there is there's a topping bar, so you can kind of get your food, and when you get it, yeah, when you receive your food from the counter, it's gonna be a little bit kind of maybe boring looking, But if you turn around, this like magical toppings bar just opens up, and you can just, you could make your own salad for, well, I don't know if they might monitor the salad bar, or the toppings bar a little bit more closely now. But you used to could like make your own little salad at the toppings bar for like almost for free.
Because they
But
do the same
Let's
thing
be
on their
honest.
offers.
The people at the topping bar are the CPs,
Yeah.
and they don't give a shit. Like, they don't care. They do not
Yeah.
care. You can go in and pile on toppings. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
I don't know how many times I ate off of that salad bar as a meal without purchasing anything because
That's what
I
I
was a
usually
CP
get
and I was
there.
poor. Didn't nobody say anything to me? And they used to have guacamole on it. They don't
Yeah, they don't
anymore
have that
because they're
anymore.
like, but they used to have guacamole.
You could get like one person in your group to order like some nachos or something, and then you could all share that and
yeah.
get just
Be like, hey, can I get an extra
all the
plate?
toppings. Yeah. And I think they have like this, I don't know if it's like on the menu, but they have this like gigantic family size nacho platter. I've seen it before, but it's not, I don't think
No,
it's
I
on the
don't see
menu.
it.
It's like you have to know about it.
But
for
yeah,
it.
I try to get the nachos. But yeah, when they come out, it's literally just tortilla chips with some melted cheese and whatever meat you wanted on it. But then you go to this toppings bar and you really dress it up and you make it like a meal for 4 instead of a meal for 1.
I really love going to Pecos.
So I'm actually looking at the menu now. Online, they have an entire allergy-friendly menu broken down by different allergies. So that would also be something that you could look at. They've got gluten and wheat, egg, shellfish and fish, a milk allergy, and then peanut, tree nut allergy, soy, like all different menus for these allergies. So that's a really awesome.
Yeah, that was a point I was going to bring up about Pecos. One of the reasons I eat there almost every time I'm at Magic Kingdom and love it so much is because it's really easy to eat at if you have dietary restrictions. I don't eat any meat, and I try really hard not to eat dairy. That usually doesn't happen when I'm at Disney. But at Pecos, it
Yeah.
can because they've got that awesome vegan burger. But even if I am eating dairy and I'm just looking not to eat meat, you can get any of their like fajita dishes, taco dishes, and just get it with like rice and beans instead of meat. And they charge you a little bit less, and it's still really amazing, and it's a lot of food. And you can go to the amazing topping bar. And so Pecos is a really good choice for me trying to stick to a vegetarian diet.
I wonder if you could get that Impossible meat, like maybe on your nachos, because they use the Beyond Burger that you can actually buy in grocery stores now. And I think a lot more restaurants out in the real world are picking up this Beyond Burger stuff to use in their restaurants. Like I think Burger King has a Whopper, and then Del Taco is using their meat for tacos. So I wonder if you could get that Beyond Burger like as your protein or meat base for those like nachos and fajitas and stuff like that. That would be something to ask about.
I bet you could.
I really enjoyed that you picked that because I also eat there
It's so
pretty
good.
much every time I go to Magic Kingdom.
I think it is. I think it is too. I think it's the best quick service option for a full meal that will actually fill you up, and you won't have to turn around and get a meal again in 30 minutes.
Yep. Because you can put all that stuff on there from the toppings bar and make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
And it's a lot of bang for your buck, which is rare.
But Katie, you like another quick service.
I do. So there's 2 quick services I always visit at Magic Kingdom. And one of them I don't really visit for a meal, more of a snack, but I have to go. And that is Pinocchio's Village House. So if you've never been to Pinocchio's Village House, the one at Walt Disney World, you walk in and it's like a little German cottage themed restaurant. So it's got these almost like stained glass looking windows. It's got this beautiful stone arches and all these little intricate details that look like wood carvings everywhere. And on all of the walls are murals from Pinocchio, the story of Pinocchio, and they're beautiful. And it seems like a really small, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it seems like a very like small seating area, but it's actually pretty big. And you go into one section and it's all windows, and you look down over It's a Small World, which is to me the coolest place of any quick service to sit.
Mhm.
because you get to sit and people watch at Small World while you're eating.
Yeah, if you've ever ridden Small World and you like right when you get in the boat and then you look up and you see all these faces staring at you and like some of them are nice enough to wave at you and you're wondering, where the heck are those people? They're eating at Pinocchio's Village House.
So I can't really even tell you what's on the menu except for what I get. I always I did pull up the menu though, so we'll talk about that. But I always get the tomato basil soup. It doesn't matter what time of year. It doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees outside. It's
He's not
so
lying.
good. I know it comes out of a bag and goes into a pot to warm up. I don't care. It's so good.
It's so good.
And it is the same tomato basil soup you'll get at any of the quick services, like at the resorts that they have like once a week. That'll be their like soup of the day. But at Pinocchio's, you can get it every single day. And it's amazing. Especially in the winter, I'll get 2 or 3 orders of it and sit down and warm up. It's not very filling, so it's not like a meal, but it's delicious. It's so good. And it's pretty cheap. So like Pecos Bills, it is $14.99 and under. It is a quick service restaurant, so you do seat yourself and get your food from a counter. And they have the Tangled Wall Eclair here, which is one of those Instagrammable desserts. Have you guys ever had that?
I have not.
never
I've
even
seen lots of
seen it.
pictures.
Yeah, it's really cute. We didn't get it last time because we just weren't hungry enough, but it's we saw people ordering it, and it's the cutest thing in person. I feel like a lot of the Instagrammable snacks end up looking not as good in person, but this one is really cute. So if you're not getting soup, which is dumb, but if you're not getting soup, your options here, it's Italian food, which why Italian food in a German Storybook cottage? I don't know.
Pinocchio is an Italian story.
Pinocchio's Italian.
Oh, well, maybe that's why, because I thought it was German. Never mind. So scratch everything where I said it was German and just replace it with
Yeah,
Italian.
I put a little note on the outline. I was like, I don't want to seem like a know-it-all, but Pinocchio's Italian.
You know, the German and Italy pavilions are right next to each other, so it's very easy to get them confused.
Well, and they've got the little like cuckoo clocks in there, and that's a German thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Disney's confusing and makes a German-Italian restaurant. Anyway, okay, so you can get Italian food. You can get flatbreads. You've got a cheese flatbread, margarita flatbread, meat lovers, or a pepperoni one. And then you can have a chicken parmesan pasta or sandwich. And then a penne pasta with marinara, which is awesome because as a kid, I was the picky eater who didn't like chicken nuggets or like hamburgers. I wanted pasta. Everywhere when I wanted pasta. So if you have a picky eater like that, you can get them pasta here. You've also got breadsticks, the amazing tomato basil soup, which is the only thing you should be ordering. And then French fries and salads and all those things.
The salad there is the bomb. So damn good.
Yeah, it's like a full,
So
it's not
good.
like a side salad. It's like a full, it's
Antipasto
it's got other
with
stuff on it.
meats
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, oh my god, I love it.
Looking at the menu and like the tomato basil soup is only $3.69. Like that's less than you pay for like a hot chocolate. I feel like on a
Yeah.
cold day, that's like a much better alternative to like getting like a coffee or a hot chocolate to warm you up. That's not really going to fill you up. Like get some hot like tomato basil soup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for this.
Yeah, it's like it's a really good value for your money as far as a Disney park. Yeah, you're paying like $12 for a flatbread, but you're paying $12 for a flatbread at Disney. Like you would think it would be like $17. So I think it is one of the better like value.
You can also get Joffrey's cold brew there.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
They're 2 different flavors. French roast, it's like a chocolate kind of thing, and then it's called Shaken Jamaican, that's caramel vanilla.
What?
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like, I have to tell you, coffee people.
We already talked about it being located beside It's a Small World because you can overlook the loading area. It's also across from Peter Pan's Flight. So if you don't know where it's at, that can kind of give you a feel of where that's at in Fantasyland. That is my favorite part of Fantasyland. That section of old Fantasyland where it's like this corridor of like Small World on one side and like Peter Pan on the other. I just feel like that section has not changed, and it's the exact same from my childhood and every trip I've ever been on. And Pinocchio's has always been there. It's one of my favorite parts of the park, which is another reason why I love this restaurant so much. And I think Small World is the most aesthetically pleasing attraction. So getting to sit in Pinocchio's, eating my favorite soup, and watching my favorite ride load and unload, and getting to see that attraction and all of its beautiful like gold and white, and it's just great. It's a great way to spend an afternoon.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I think of Pinocchio's, I think of you. I feel like anytime we walk by Pinocchio's, Katie's like,
Aw.
I can get some soup.
You could not even
It
be
does not-
hungry. You literally could have just eaten a 4-course meal. I gotta get some soup.
Katie is such a soup person.
It does not matter what my stomach is like.
In addition to being a sourdough hoe, Katie's like a real soup hoe.
I am a
True that.
real soup hoe. Y'all, I had soup like 3 times last week without realizing. Like I had put it on the menu to make for dinner 3 separate times and didn't realize it until I was making the 3rd soup of the week. And I was like, whoops. Luckily, my husband is a good sport and eats as much soup as I put in front of him.
I was trying to think of like sourdough hoe as like soup slut, but that's like I'm not gonna
I like it. I'm gonna get a shirt that says soup slut and wear it to Disney, and then I'm gonna get a sourdough hoe shirt and wear it to
You
Disney.
need to and get the picture.
I know.
Get Kelly to
If
draw you a picture of some sourdough bread and some soup.
Yeah, if we ever
Maybe
sell
against the code of
T-shirts,
conduct.
Yeah.
Whatever.
we could make it work. We could
I feel like
make it a Christmas themed sourdough shirt and have it say
Oh,
sourdough.
there you go.
H-O.
Okay. Yeah,
or we
can
can make
around
little
So,
buttons.
If we ever sell shirts, sourdough hoe will be a part of that.
I feel like buttons would be a little bit less conspicuous too, if we really wanted to bring that about.
Yeah, true. So Pinocchio's does have a mobile pickup that I've never done because I just get soup, so I just walk in and get my soup. But if you're a mobile pickup kind of person, they do have that available there. The best time to visit is between lunch and dinner, which I think is true of any place, but especially Pinocchio's, because you can get a seat over there in front of Small World and watch people load and unload and hang out. And you can't do that when it's busy because those are going to fill up first. I worked at Cosmic Rays on my program, and I got to work one day and they were like, hey, Pinocchio's is really short-staffed. Could you go over there and work today? And I was like, sure. So I put on the cute little Pinocchio's dress and worked that on my program. And I didn't really know where anything was at or like what to do over there because I wasn't really trained over there. So I got put on dining room duty, which is basically just cleaning tables and talking to guests all day. It was amazing. I got to hang out in my favorite restaurant, talk to guests all day. That's pretty much all I did all day was talk to guests. I did get soup on my lunch break. I did. And I hung out over there in the room that overlooks Small World and got to watch Small World and wave at guests. All like when it was slow, I just sat there waving at guests to see how many of them would wave back and like try to like, because sometimes you wave and you never get a single wave, even though people are staring right at you. So I just like
I
waved
don't
at
know if
guests
they
all
think you're
day.
part of the ride. They think you're like a Small World doll.
You just hear Katie like
My
singing the
person,
song
wave
from
back.
Pinocchio, and it's like off by a couple of beats.
But yeah, it was one of the most enjoyable days of my program, even though I didn't know any of the cast members or the location. I was having a blast over there just waving
I can
at
picture this all
guests
too
on Small
clearly.
World.
I keep
You know, and
thinking-
it was exactly how you're picturing it.
I keep thinking of like in like Forrest Gump when he's just like waving off the boat. Like I just keep thinking that Katie's doing that.
Pretty much. I was just like so thrilled to be there because you know how on the program CPs get kind of jaded about their like areas and they're just like, oh, fuck Pinocchio's, I hate this place. I was like, I'm so happy to be here. Hi, who are you? Like, I'm Katie. What's your name? And they were like,
You were like me.
go to dining room.
Me the day after Rachel's birthday when I went to work.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Pretty much, yeah. I was like, I would like wander I would wander into like other people's sections of the dining room without realizing, because I didn't know what the sections were, and they'd be like, "I've already cleaned this," and I was like, "Okay."
Good morning.
Yeah. I was like, "Can I restock the condiment bar for you? Where are things at? How can I help?" I was just so happy to be there. But I wouldn't have wanted to work there every day because that skirt was a bummer, and I don't understand how they wear those at work dining room because it was filthy by the end of the day.
Ooh.
So I wonder if somebody
Yeah.
else, perhaps a listener, remembers you working there that day. There was this really weird girl who would not stop smiling. She thought that she had like won the like scheduling lottery. She was such a pain in the ass. Kept coming into my section once, wanting help. Go back to Cosmics.
Yeah, so that's Pinocchio's, and that's why it's the best. Thank you for coming to my WED talk. Get it?
I like it.
It should not have taken us like 25 episodes to come up with that.
My restaurant I choose is Tony's because I had to, and I only ever just go to one a bunch, so I chose Tony's. The official name is Tony's Town Square, and it's a table service restaurant, so it's like, I guess it's the first table service we're going to talk about today, because I'm bougie, I guess. And it's a casual dining spot. It's probably my favorite. I think probably of all. And the prices are not terrible for like a table service dining spot because I don't usually have the dining plan and I'll still go there. And it's anywhere between $15 to $34.99. And they serve lunch and dinner, so they serve lunch until 3 and then it's dinner until 9-ish, depending on when the park closes. But the prices are the same, so like don't think you have to go to lunch and get cheaper spaghetti because you ain't gonna get cheaper spaghetti.
You ain't.
No,
Yanked, and it's
it
delicious.
is so good. I always get the spaghetti and meatballs. They also have an option to where you can get, instead of meatballs, you can get Italian sausage, which is what Josh got last time. I did not care for it because I don't really like Italian sausage, but that is a nice little option.
I've never eaten here. I've never even like made a reservation and then canceled it.
Yo.
Wait,
Okay.
I just choose other things, but that's okay because Italian food always has cheese on it, and so I'm just like, well, everything I'm gonna order, I'm gonna have to order without cheese, and then they go crazy because you have an allergy, and I'm like, nah, just don't put cheese on it. It's not that big of a deal.
I don't know. I just feel like I could get Italian like any time in my life. So when I go to Disney, that's not what I want to eat.
Yeah, also true.
Okay, but like, you don't get to eat in Tony.
So what does it look like in there? Why is it a special?
That's like
Italian
the only
restaurant?
reason why I go there is because it's so pretty. Like you go in and it's like just, it looks really upscale. It looks fancy, but it's just very casual. Everybody's wearing like nice like black and white, like almost like suit kind of like out like costumes or whatever. And it's got a really cute little statue of Lady and the Tramp on the inside. And it's just like a regular, it's got booths and tables. And then you can also eat, they have like a sunroom. And that's like if you go on the My Disney Experience app and you see the picture that they have of Tony's, that's the little sunroom. And that's personally my favorite place to eat in there because it's still air conditioner, but it kind of seems like you're outside.
That's nice.
It's my favorite.
I think my
And then they also,
I was gonna say my only
Uh-huh.
experience with Tony's is us going in as the Sanderson sisters and just standing around waiting for AJ to come out.
Yeah. Do you think you have a bias towards Tony's because like one of your really good friends works there?
I mean, yes, but no, because I actually like the food.
Okay.
And you can also like eat outside. There is an option to eat outside on the patio as well. I don't think that would be very fun because it's always hot in Florida, so I don't care to do that.
I ate on the patio once. So I ate on the patio specifically to watch the 3:00 parade from the patio, and it was really cool.
That's a good
Because
idea.
I like Tony's, but I'm not crazy about their food. But I was there with people who were like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like we really want to try that." So I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever, that's fine." And it was some of my friends from college came to visit while I was on my program, and we ate there and specifically got reservations
so that we could sit there, and we actually got reservations, I think, for 2:00, and just kind of sat there, waited out, and right after the 3:00 break, got up and left.
So it's located, it's kind of hidden, so it's kind of hard to find if you're not like used to it, but when you go in, it's on the right side. Like after you go through the turnstiles, go under the little walkway, you go in and it's right where like you can meet Minnie and Mickey and Tinkerbell. It's in the same area. Their waiting area is really cute because it's like they have Lady and the Tramp playing like all the time on repeat.
Aw.
It's super cute. And it's like an old, like it looks like an old timey TV, like around the time that the movie was made. It's super cute.
I have this memory of sitting in that waiting room with my parents, and I was so tired. And we must have been at Magic Kingdom all day. And I guess we were waiting to eat at Tony's. And like, I've never seen Lady and the Tramp all the way through. I've seen like, parts of it at a time. And so I just remember being so tired that my eyes like wouldn't stop starting to close. But then I'd be like, no, I want to see Lady and the Tramp.
Oh,
And then they'd start closing again. And I'm like, no, I want to watch this.
Oh, fun fact, there's a live action Lady and the Tramp coming to Disney Plus.
I saw that.
Yes, and it was
yesterday.
filmed
Yeah.
in Savannah, Georgia.
I'm excited about that.
I would say though, I love the food. I love Italian food. It's probably my favorite. But again, like Stephanie said, I'm also biased because AJ works there and I can go see him and get exceptional service. So
Seriously,
there's
the
that.
best service.
As far as getting ready, you do have to have a reservation, but as far as getting them, I've never had a problem. It kind of seems like one of those, like, you could probably even walk up and be like, hey, can I get in? And it's like, it's nice because if you like want a nice spot to eat, even, you know, maybe 30 minutes to an hour before, you can just decide to eat there. And it's busy, but like, I feel like it's just one of those that you could just go into and get in all the time.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't know where Tony's is. And a lot of people like don't, like, I don't think they make reservations. Like, I don't, yeah, I think it's easy to get into because people don't really know about it. I think it's kind of tucked away in that corner there.
With the opening of Be Our Guest and stuff,
Right.
like that took so much like table service weight off of the other table service restaurants in Magic Kingdom. So I like sometimes I forget about Tony's. Sorry.
No, and that's very true. I think so too. They probably did take a pretty big hit on that.
I feel like people also just kind of completely gloss over Main Street and the town square area. Like, they don't even think
Yeah, you
about
just run to the castle.
yeah, they don't even think about like a table service or any like restaurants at all being on Main Street and town square. So
Personally, for kids, I feel like it would be a good spot because like most kids do eat spaghetti and pasta. So it'd probably be a good choice. Where they may not really know what know about Lady and the Tramp completely because it is an older movie. I think that it's probably a good spot because I mean most kids eat pizza and spaghetti, so like I think it would be fine for kids and even picky eaters.
Yeah, I remember getting pasta there that same trip where I was falling asleep watching Lady and the Tramp.
Right.
And being so excited that I could get pasta. And I wasn't a big like tomato sauce fan either. I just wanted like noodles and cheese basically. And they were like, yeah, we can do that for you. And I was just like, this is the best meal.
Right. I would say for your money, you may say, oh, you're just getting spaghetti, whatever. But it's $22 for like a pretty large portion of spaghetti with like 3 like big meatballs. I personally think that's good for your money because like you're in this cute ass little restaurant and I just really appreciate it. So you can get pasta at a lot of places, obviously, like Pinocchio's and things like that. But I just think that because Lady and the Tramp's an older film, I'm glad that it's still there. Like, I'm glad that it's still around. I'm glad that it's relevant. And especially with the new, like Kelly said, the live action of it coming, maybe it'll bring some more, like, relevance to the restaurant, too.
yeah, maybe they'll do something special for the premiere of it or something like that. I don't know.
Do you guys like the movie at all?
Yeah.
Like it at all?
I've never seen it all the way through.
I enjoy it. It's a cute little movie. It's not my favorite Disney movie.
I didn't own it growing up, so we didn't really watch
I
it
didn't
that
really
often.
watch it that often, but I've watched it as a grown up because once again, I have it on VHS and I watch it while I'm working. It's cute. It's not my favorite by any means, but it's good.
Right. Yeah, I like it. It's a real I really like it. It's probably up in my top favorites, to be honest. And I like pasta, even though I don't eat it as much anymore, which is really sad. But Josh really loves pasta. That's probably his favorite thing. Like I say, I'm making spaghetti, and he could probably cry. So there's that.
You can make us spaghetti.
Right. Thank you. But I don't know. I like the whole decor. It immerses you into the movie when you're watching it, and you're like, oh, there's Tony's. It kind of, you don't really see the restaurant, but it's really nice to be like, oh, this is what it looked like from the
I
movie.
wonder how many people have tried to recreate Lady and Tramp's little like spaghetti eating scene where they have the same noodle.
Oh, how cute.
I could see that happening at least like 15 times a day.
Great, another picture. Yeah, here you go.
Cute.
Right. I know.
You guys are the first ones to think of this.
But as far as the menu goes, like, yeah, obviously I talk about spaghetti because that's what I eat. And it's my favorite thing. The service is always really good, but they don't just, they have pasta. Obviously pasta. They have pizza. They have steak. They have a couple of gnocchi dishes, ravioli, and they have some fish options. So there's a lot of different choices. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to go into an Italian restaurant and just eat spaghetti or Alfredo or whatever. But I haven't really tried anything else. I feel like I should, though, to kind of broaden my horizon. But I feel like I'm going to just continue to go to Tony's regardless of anything else. I like pasta, so there we go. Tony's. But, God, I thought of a fun fact and I should have written it down, but I don't remember it. Oh, I do remember. The part of the movie where they, like, put their little paws in the cement and make a heart and all that, that is actually on the walkway right in front of Tony's. Like, they recreated it in the park, and so it's really cute on the cement. The puppies did it.
That's so cute.
That is a fun little, like, Easter egg.
So, yeah, there you go. Tony's, thank you for listening.
Well, should you ever decide to broaden your horizons outside of Italian food, but you still want some heavily themed dining, boy, I have the place for you. So over in Adventureland, there's this new restaurant called Jungle Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen. And if you've ever ridden the Jungle Cruise, you may have heard the joke that, oh, these are Schweitzer Falls named after famous adventurer Dr. Albert Falls. Well, Albert Falls was part of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, also involved in the Adventurers Club from Downtown Disney that we talked about in our Extinct Attractions episode. So it all ties together. And Dr. Albert Falls started the Jungle Cruise. He started it as a shipping company. I watched a video that said, think of it as Amazon in the Amazon, like where they would just ship things around the Amazon area. And he turned it into a cruise of the jungle. And so if you go over across the walkway, you can eat in the mess hall that all of the Jungle Cruise skippers eat at. So the description of the on the site says, immerse yourself in the legacy of the Jungle Cruise. The same skippers who guided your steamer down the Nile, Amazon, and Congo rivers have opened the doors and kitchens of their tropical headquarters to fellow adventurers and famished families like your own. Delight your big and little explorers with premium table service dining in 3 curiously quirky rooms. The cruise colonial era mess hall, which is not many at all, thank you very much. The Jungle Room, formerly a family parlor of Dr. Albert Falls himself, and the SEA Room, a once secret meeting place for the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. So I love this whole theming. I just think it's so fun and so immersive, and from before you even make your reservation, you're already getting those quirky, dry kind of dad jokes that you get on the Jungle Cruise, which I think is so fun.
This is my favorite table service restaurant in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, so you're not being served by servers. You're being served by your Jungle Cruise skippers. And so every time I've gone into the restaurant, they kind of introduce you to the space and tell you a little bit about the story, especially if you tell them it's your first time there, which I tell them every time. I'm like, "What is my first time here? Tell me all about it." Um, one other thing I really like about it is I can usually get a reservation like the morning of. I don't think people like Tony's. I don't think a lot of people like know about this. It is kind of newer. So if like you went to the Magic Kingdom as a kid,
Yeah.
you probably didn't like have this restaurant as an option. It's I think it's the newest restaurant opening in Magic Kingdom. It came after New Fantasyland, and I don't know, I can always get a reservation like the day of, or like walk up and be like, "Yo, can I come in?"
Yeah, on our last trip, we had a reservation. It was our last Magic Kingdom day. We had a reservation at the Grand Floridian, and like neither Jerry or I were very excited about eating there. And I looked at Skipper Canteen like that morning, and there was a reservation, and it was like a no-brainer. I was like, "Yeah, we're canceling Grand Floridian. We're gonna eat at Skipper Canteen," because that was Jerry's first time eating there, and he loved it. So it's pretty easy to get a reservation there.
Yeah, I think the first time it was myself, Katie, Kelly, and our other roommate, Janetta. She said she'd like meetups in the park, and we're like, "Oh, okay, like let's you want to go like eat somewhere? Like let's make a dining reservation." I think we like made a last minute. I think, or we just like went up to the desk and we were like, "Hey, can we like come eat here?"
Yeah.
And so that was our first introduction to it. They do have identical lunch and dinner menus, like I think all of the other table service restaurants in the Magic Kingdom. So it doesn't matter what time you go, you're due for a good meal. The prices do range from like $15 to $34.99 per adult. It is considered table service casual dining, according to my Disney experience. So, for those of you who have eaten there, do you remember what you guys ate?
Oh yeah, I took pictures. I also
Nice.
took a picture of the back of the menu that has the story on there, so we can share that on Instagram if you would like.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Perfect.
I have not had a bad dish there.
Nope.
One of I also ate there with my family when we went on vacation. So there were 4, 5, 8 of us, not 8 of us. So we got like a pretty big sampling of the menu. I think we got like one of every appetizer and probably like one of every entree. But if I could only pick one appetizer, I would definitely recommend the sea shumai. It's a legendary blend of pork, shrimp, and edamame beans and spices wrapped up in. Oh, I shouldn't have read the description because I don't know how to say that.
Gyoza.
Gyoza. That's the name. So it's like little like open faced dumplings, and they're a little bit spicy, but not too spicy. They're so good, so good. And I think
I love gyoza, so that sounds delicious.
yeah, I think Katie and I went and just did like appetizers one day. And it like was enough to fit. It was cheap because the appetizers range from
$9 to $12.
$9 to $12, and it's enough to like if you order 2 of them and like kind of share them and then get dessert, it's a total meal because they're good portioned appetizers.
Yes, and if you don't eat meat, their falafel as their appetizer portion of falafel is a meal portion of falafel. And it is chickpeas, garlic, onions, lemon juice, and herbs with house-made edamame, hummus, and toasted pumpkin seeds. It is so good.
As far as entrees, favorite things on the menu, mainly just because of the title, it's called, quote, "Tastes like chicken," end quote, because it is. And that's like a direct callback to the Jungle Cruise in the queue, or I think it might be when you exit. Anyway, somewhere in the queue space, there's like a sign up that says crew mess lunch menu. And every day of the week is something like weird. It's like Monday is a giant stag beetle, but it says tastes a little bit like chicken. And then Thursday is like filet of rock python. It's like chicken-esque. Basically every day of the week is like has a chicken flavor, tastes like chicken, poultry like, chicken-esque. And then Friday they serve chicken. Really?
I think the sign is on the loading
Okay.
dock right before you get on.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite parts of the queue, and so it was really fun to see it tastes like chicken because it is. Like it's really chicken on the menu for this. Like the menu itself is like it's a drawing point, I think, for this restaurant. Like everything on the menu is so funny. It's like those same Jungle Cruise skipper jokes that you get on the boats. They're like written into the menu, and it's so fun.
Yeah, I've had the It Tastes Like Chicken because it is, and it was really good. I've also had the Hearty Har Char CU pork. I'm assuming that's how you say that. I could be wrong. Which was really good. That's what I ordered the last time I went. And then Jerry got the Trader Lamb, which is a play on Trader
So
Sam.
silly.
And that was delicious. I love lamb, so when he ordered that, we had to share for sure. It was really
I had the Perkins Thai noodles the last time I went, and you have the choice of chicken, tofu, or it has chicken, tofu, and seasonal vegetables. So I just got it without the chicken. They actually did knock down the price, which most Disney
nice.
restaurants do not knock the price off when you take out a meat option. So I just got the tofu, veggies, and rice noodles in a spicy soy chili garlic sauce.
And that's
Oh,
another fun,
it
like
was
on
so
the menu, it says it's a favorite of our friend Pamelia Perkins, president of the Adventures Club. So I love that they like tie this into the ride and the Adventures Club, and it's really fun.
It's a great restaurant for Disney nerds,
Yes.
like Disney
Mhm.
history nerds, Disney
Definitely.
attraction
And those who never
nerds.
got to
Yeah.
experience the Adventurers Club, it's like a small little taste of
Mhm.
that.
Yes. Also, I just think it's like a fun place if you're like looking to try more adventurous food than say like something at Tony's or Cosmic Rays. Because also at Skipper Canteen, you can get a whole fried fish. I don't know anywhere else on property you can get like a whole fried
Right?
fish. Or like all of these like really neat like Asian influences. I just think it's like a really cool combination of flavors and meal options.
Definitely.
In addition to all of those fun entrees, they also have some really fun desserts. There's one called Kungaloosh, which Adventure fans will be super happy about. Did I say Adventure fans? Adventures Club fans will be super happy about. But I think my favorite is the Quicksand. It's a jasmine rice pudding with mango sauce, lemon curd, hibiscus meringue, and pineapple. And it's just like really pretty and tastes really good too. I just think it's like one of like the fancier desserts you can get in a like Magic Kingdom theme park restaurant. I just think it's really cool. Like they put so much detail and like work into this menu.
Yeah, the last time we were there, we got the Kungaloosh dessert and the Bertha's Bon Bong Lawn cake with mango lime sorbet, and they were both really, really, really good. I feel like I've said that about everything that I've talked about here. It's really, really, really good.
Yeah, so I think if you're a fan of like the Jungle Cruise style of humor, you would enjoy eating here. If that's like not your style, if you like hate riding the Jungle Cruise and you're like, this is not funny, I hate this, like this is probably not the place for you.
True.
But if it is, I would also recommend that you check out the drink menu because they've got some fun drinks on there too, including the Schweitzer Slush, which is a frozen apple juice and passion fruit topped with bursting green apple boba balls. Of course, first concocted by the noted explorer and humanitarian Dr. Albert Slush. It's like another tie back. It's so funny. And I love it. It's my favorite restaurant. I just love it.
So I had their house-made sangria, which is like a spiced sangria. It was amazing. It was almost like a Christmassy type drink, almost like a mulled wine, but cold and a little bit more fruit added in. And that was
Mhm.
delicious. And then Jerry had the Kungaloosh spiced excursion ale, which is brewed exclusively for Walt Disney World, so you can't get it anywhere else. And that was really good too.
Ooh.
And so if you want like alcohol, you can't get it in like the quick services or anywhere else in Magic Kingdom besides Be Our Guest serves alcohol. So if you need some drink-a-doodle-doos, that's the place to go.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things to do is make like a like early dinner reservation at like, I don't know, like 4 o'clock. Go in like when it's like when you're like ready to get off your feet during the day and you like need a break. Like go in, put your feet up, have some sangria, order a couple appetizers, order a dessert, and you feel like great to go back out and finish your day in the Magic Kingdom.
That sounds fantastic, and I want to
Right?
do that right now.
I guess just to mention for I know we like talked a lot about like some of the like really adventurous foods that are on the menu. like the whole fried fish, which your kids might not be a big fan of, but they also have a kids menu which has like basic stuff like mac and cheese and chicken, so they shouldn't be scared away. But if you do have kids who might be more adventurous eaters, they have options like a pineapple tofu coconut curry, which is fun for like the kids who are like, no, I don't want chicken. I want to get in on this like adventurous eating and be part of the like action. They've got some like nice transition adventurous foods for kids too.
That's exciting.
And I just feel like it's a pretty like light menu and energizing and very like veggie based, and like there's a lot of meat, but there's also like a lot of vegetables and good stuff to like eat on like a hot Florida day.
So one of my honorable mentions is the Columbia Harbor House. I've only eaten there once, and I think I got like a kid's tuna fish sandwich, but I do feel like it's a quiet place. So if you want kind of like a break from the crowds, there's an upstairs seating area that's open sometimes. And so if you're just looking for like a quick little sit down, need to take a break and eat some food, that is in between Liberty Square and well, I mean, it's in Liberty Square, but it's close to Fantasyland too, kind of across from where the Haunted Mansion is. And I feel like that's a quiet place that gets overlooked.
It's also a really great place to take a nap. I like to hop out of old Fantasyland at Pinocchio's and straight into New Fantasyland and go to Gaston's Tavern. When I am at Magic Kingdom, it's another one of the ones that I usually go to every time. I don't really consider it like a real quote dining location, more of like a glorified snack cart, but I still love it a lot. LeFou's Brew, I think, is the best drink in the non-alcoholic drink in the park. It has awesome snacks that you can't find in other places. You can get a cinnamon roll as big as your freaking head. I like getting a couple macaroons and a LeFou's Brew and sitting in the giant Gaston throne because I feel like I'm really in Gaston's world and I really have been like transported into Beauty and the Beast. And I love Gaston. I know he's a villain and you're supposed to hate him, but he's sexy.
Yeah.
I love going there. That's one of my favorite places to go because they make my LeFou's Brew, especially like I care to have it.
I feel like that's a good place for breakfast if you just want to go in and grab something and then just kind of chill out in the morning. That's where I usually head.
Think Be Our Guest right next door deserves a mention. As hard as it is to get a reservation and as expensive as it is, this restaurant is just beautiful.
It is. It's gorgeous.
I think every like Disney fan has to do it like once in their life. I don't care if you go for like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you have to go inside. You are walking into the Beast's castle, and you can either sit in like the library or what is there, like a conservatory or something? That's a stupid room. But
the West Wing. You can go to the West Wing.
Yeah, or you can eat in like the big ballroom.
I once had breakfast and dinner there in the same day, and they were both really good. I don't feel like breakfast is that good of a deal for your money, but dinner was really good, and you're paying for the atmosphere mostly. Is what I feel like.
Yeah, I don't need to eat there every time I go, but to do it once and to be in it, it's really lovely.
My honorable mention, I actually went to the last time that I was there, and I really, really liked it. Like, I had never been before. I didn't even know anything about it. Like, I would always walk past it. It's the Diamond Horseshoe, and Josh and I, we love barbecue so much. So it's obviously a barbecue place, but it's a family style kind of place, and I like that. It's fun. I think family style stuff is fun. That's the restaurant that I worked at on the college program. It was family style. So there's other choices as well. You don't have to do family style. So there's both. Like you can do it for lunch, or the only thing for dinner is the family style. So if you want to go and get something different, like a sandwich or salad or whatever, go there for lunch. But for dinner, you can't. The only thing they serve is the saloon feast, which is the all you can eat. And it comes with brisket, sausage, chicken, pulled pork. You get macaroni and cheese, baked beans, some vegetable, mashed potatoes, which when we went, it was mashed sweet potatoes, which was really fun. And then you get you get chocolate cake, a buttercream cake, and let's see, I think that was all. I feel like we got more choices. Maybe they changed the menu, but it was just really fun and really cute, and it was different.
They have a show going on, right, during your meal?
Not anymore. They have like a a piano up there that plays by itself. Like the keys move and it's cute, but I feel like I'm sure they probably used to have
Yeah,
a
because
show.
I went when I was little, and see, when I was little, we also did the Hoop-Dee-Doo review, and I had this thing about not wanting people to sing while I was eating. So when we did Diamond Horseshoe and Hoop-Dee-Doo review, I was just this pouty child sitting there like, I don't want to listen to people sing. I'm trying to eat. I don't know where this like crotchety old lady came out of me, my 9-year-old self, and was like so mad to be there. But that's my experience with Diamond Horseshoe.
Yeah, it was really good. I recommend it for sure. I will definitely go there again, but I think it would be more fun. It was just Josh and I think that place would be a whole lot more fun with a bigger group of people.
And in Disneyland, it's called the Golden Horseshoe. Fun fact. That's all I got to say about that.
As always, we would like to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Spilling the Mad Tea. You're all probably ready to eat by now, so we'll allow you to do that. I hope that you learned something from these and you want to try them like I do. Definitely now want to try the Skipper Canteen next time I go. If you guys have ever gone to any of these, let us know what you've eaten. What do you like? Just share your thoughts with us.
And if you want to make our day like Lainey did, you can email us at spillingthemadtea@gmail.com.
You can also follow us on Instagram at Spilling the Mad Tea. We'll be posting some pictures of the food that we talked about, and we'll just make you real hungry.
Tweet us at Spilling Mad Tea.
And like us on Facebook at Spilling the Mad Tea.
We can't wait to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know, because I really want to do the rest of the parks, even though, like Kelly said, Epcot's going to be real long, so y'all get ready for that one. But thanks for listening to us talk about food. We will talk again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.